Maybe put on some starter music. Okay, we got our musics. We can get some ASMR going. Let's see, let's turn off this friggin' psychedelic one. It's too much, it's too much. There, you can look at my rivals' inventory. Perfect. We are live. Live for Off the Rails and some big time. What would you call that? The tutorial.
The rival. Let me check the marketplace again. See if I can scoop anything brand new.
I'd be pretty stoked if my Kittle sold. Even though it's less than I had listed for yesterday. I was listing it at kind of like a gouging price. That was not like a
Yeah.
what I actually wanted for it.
I was so stoked that mine sold. I listed it at a realistic-ish price, but still way above floor. Like there was 4 other ones cheaper, and I can't believe it fucking sold. Is Mythos still recovering? I have noticed that Mythos token, even though the rest of the crypto market was taking a dive, Mythos token was just kind of flat.
It's kind of hovering around 60 cents right now.
Yeah, which is totally fine. If the rest of the market takes a shit and this hovers at its normal price here, that's great. Although in the last 24 hours on Uniswap, there was a total of 3 transactions totaling $3,000. So like the volume on Uniswap is fucking insignificant. That's like nothing.
It says like 5,400 on. This doesn't track Uphold though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's hard to see what the actual volume is on Uphold without being.
This is only
Uphold.
Uniswap.
Yeah.
This is
Uniswap
transferring. This is all of them. So like, you were probably only looking at what, like Ether.
Oh, I'm looking just at the one pool. So the Ethereum Mythos pool. There's also a USD Mythos pool.
I don't know.
I think they're both.
I mean, I'm sure you know this. You know way more than me, but like, it tells you the 24-hour volume at any given time on CoinMarketCap between all of those on Uniswap.
Yeah, that's true. The problem with that though is that it shows like the reported volume, and half of the like sources are full of shit. Like especially
This
for
is
other
just
tokens.
Uniswap.
Yeah, so that's probably legitimate then. But like
It's probably
half of the
all
tokens
on
you look
chain.
at
Like
there-
this is probably not like it's not a centralized exchange
they're-
telling you fake numbers. This is on chain data.
Yeah, like I've seen like OKX and stuff. Like they'll post insane volume for tokens. That's like, no, you don't. Like they're like, we did $100 million in the last 24 hours on like Litecoin and like TRX or something.
And they'll be
It's like,
bankrupt in 3 weeks.
yeah, no, you fucking didn't. Like,
Thank you, Priscilla. She said, "Hey guys, I sent you some NFTs to give away whenever. It's the 2-year anniversary of the Sune Figure collection, so the NFTs are to celebrate that." That's
hey, 2-year
rad,
club,
thank
baby.
you.
Dang, we're like the
Congrats.
OGs around here, Priscilla. The 2-year collection owner. I
Hello,
saw the
Eric.
post in the Discord of all your badges too. Kick ass. That's so fucking cool.
I think
Yeah,
Mark
I like
applied
that
for
badge.
our badges today. Like I got an email from our Neon Space email from Atomic Hub, so I assume that was Mark.
Yeah. There's like a really stupid movie with what's it called, with Johnny Knoxville and Arnold Schwarzenegger, where like Arnold Schwarzenegger's like this old sheriff in this like border town, and I guess I guess there's some kind of like cartel activity going to come through his town, and Arnold like single-handedly fights them off. But there's this one scene where like Johnny Knoxville's like I guess he's like the barkeep or something, and like Arnold comes flying through the window, and he's just like, you all right, sheriff? Like, how you doing? And he's just like, old. Every time I like to talk about being old, that just like is stuck in my mind. It's like, oh, how you feeling today? Old. In the Arnold voice, of course. Yeah, sorry, weird tangent. I don't think it was a good movie. It was just that one line. I'm pretty sure there's not many Arnold Schwarzenegger and Johnny Knoxville movies though, so I feel like that's enough.
Grant,
This is
where's
scene,
the
this
fire
is
coming
scene,
from?
yeah.
Behind you, roof next to the diner.
Cover me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is it.
How are you, Sheriff?
Old.
I feel like you're probably the only person in the world to
Word.
reference that as like a famous Arnold quote.
That's the Arnold quote. It's in my head every time, like I'm getting older, or like around birthday season when people are celebrating birthdays, like, oh, how you doing on your birthday? Old.
Old. Shit, I couldn't. That might have been underscored. We might be able to soundbite that, but maybe not. It had some strings under it, but I couldn't tell if the strings broke before or after he said old.
Yeah, I don't know, but that was great. I love that. That quote gets me. And when Priscilla said that we're old, I just read
Old.
old in that accent. We are so old. In the quote, all he says is old, because he gets thrown through the door, and like the people in the building are like, "How you doing, Sheriff?" And he's just like, "Old."
Old.
It's also kind of funny because it is like he is fucking old to be an action star, and funny like self-referential nonsense. Deep cut, baby.
He was the
Yeah,
fucking governor of California at one point.
that's true. The governor. He his office was like in Venice, like right on the border of Venice and Santa Monica. There, I used to work like on the same block as like his office. You could see him, like he would like ride his bike down there. His,
I love how
bicycle.
you know, Hollywood is notoriously super liberal, and we're like democratic as fuck unless it's a celebrity, and then you're like, you know what? The only thing we like more than liberals is fucking celebrities, and we'll allow celebrities to be Republican governors
Honestly,
of our state.
I don't really hate like on Arnold too much. I guess like I don't usually vote Republican, but like Arnold
was also governor like before he moved to California for the most part.
Yeah. He also is like one hell of a success story. I think there's a new documentary coming to Netflix just called Arnold. I'm really looking forward to watching that. But I mean, he moved to America not speaking English, and like got into bodybuilding, and then like made it to the top of that, and then got into acting and made it like to the top of that, and then got into politics and made it to the top. Like, holy shit, that guy was just like Midas touch of success for so fucking long. And he's still like, I don't know, every time I see him in like public speaking kind of things, he's still really like, he seems very like kind of down to earth at least, or he's very humble, at least when he talks publicly. Maybe privately he doesn't feel that way, but he definitely carries himself like respectably. Seems like a genuinely
I like
nice
Arnold.
guy.
I don't have a
you know,
problem with him.
barring all the like infidelity stuff. And the cheating on his wife isn't great, but he also doesn't make excuses for it, and I do appreciate that. Where he's just like, I did that, and it's terrible. I can't believe I put my family through this. There's no excuse. It's like, yep, there you go. That's a good way to like comment on it. But you know, I'm an Arnold fan. Also grew up watching like Arnold the Terminator. Also like, as a German American, it was kind of like really cool to like, people were really into the German accent when I was younger, and it had a badass connotation because German accents in movies when I was a kid, Germans were the bad guys in all movies. So like it was always just like a badass kind of
So
like,
as Germans or Russians.
yeah, it's Germans or Russians. It was very heavily skewed to German by the time like I was coming up. Like all the Bond villains were German, for the like contemporary Bond movies that came out when I was growing up. I'm trying to think like Die Hard, Hans Gruber. You know, the Germans are the bad guys. It's usually the Germans. It's kind of shifted now. I think like you get more like North Korean and like terrorists are like the bad guys now.
I think
Skewing
Russians
more
are still
Middle
like...
East a little. Russians still get a bad rep as far as.
What class are you going to go this time around, Max?
Oh, I haven't tried yet. I kind of want to try the one that's like either the healer, like the mage, the warrior mage combo, or the healer warrior combo one.
You can't do
Where
that until
I-
you're level 30.
Oh well, fuck. Well then I'll
Those pocket
probably go
watches
with
don't.
Time Warrior until I climb. I didn't hate being the Time Warrior. I like the tanking.
Well, I don't want to choose the same
Although-
one as you, so
I guess I'll switch it up. I kind of want. If you don't want to do the range one, I'll try the range one this time around. If you want to try like
the
Time Warrior
mage.
range. Yeah.
Maybe I'll go
Wait,
healer
I don't know.
then.
Yeah.
I have wanted to play healer. Shadowblade would be the other one I try, but fuck it, let's go.
That's like monk,
I
right?
wanted to play Quantum Fixer this entire time. Oh, what? Now you can play. It looks like you can play in the tutorial with other people. So there's another guy in here.
Sure, let me launch into.
Do you want to
this
hop
then.
in?
Yeah. Let's
I
see
guess
if
you got to
we can
download it and shit, though. It's not going to happen immediately.
Oh, it takes a while.
I mean,
Yes,
several
we'll see. I'm
gigs.
gonna launch it.
I basically just wanted to see how long, how long this takes. Because it used to take several hours, so I'm hoping it's faster now.
Yeah. Wait. Ooh, mythical market. Your item sold. There you go. Sold for 3. Did I list it for 3? 3 would just break me even. I bought it for 2.
Ooh, they changed the UI. This looks nice. Oh, what? They added a whole new passive tree.
Oh, okay. It's sold for 5. I only got 3 because that's what I. Oh, it
That's
sold for
sick.
4 and I got 3.
They added the, I don't know if you know, but what DBNO works, and it means down but not
Yeah.
out.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Knockback, but this means like when you get knocked down, now with your passive, you can put points into this, and it like you can knock enemies back. But then if you do this one, it gives you a bubble shield, so like you're shielded on the ground. Or maybe you're like when you get back up, you have a shield. I don't know, but they're
Okay, I
basically
was
like.
gonna say, you can't really take damage anymore once you're down. But if
I'm
it's
just saying,
once you
like the
get up,
passive
it's
tree
great,
used to be
but when you get up-
100% useless. Like you had a bunch of points you couldn't use because
Yeah, that's
you had
true.
to pay for all the storage and shit, and you couldn't. So now that they have like an entire tree for actual stuff that helps the gameplay, like that's great.
Yeah.
You
If
can
I
do a
get
sacrifice
laggy-
revival as well. Like this move, I think it'll kill you, but it'll revive anybody else near you.
Yeah.
So that's kinda cool.
I'm downloading the update. This update is quick. I'm getting 14 megs a second. That's not bad. That's around what I get on Steam. That's pretty decent.
Light
It's a
heal.
4.4 gigs, so it's going to be a little bit.
Let's do the
I'm gonna
heal
watch you
drone.
play while I say this.
And then I believe wisdom is what I want for this class. Great choices. Thank you, tutorial, for complimenting my choices. Potion
You
on
did
the
it.
hotbar.
Nailed it.
This is not my first rodeo. I will say the tutorial's gotten so much friggin' better than it used to be. Like this game kind of used to just dump you into the overworld without. Oh, what?
Oh, he's
It's
tiny.
Waffles the kitty.
Is that like
the cat.
Schrodinger's cat?
Now his name is Waffles. But maybe
He used to be
cat.
Schrodinger's cat, right? Yeah, because you end up talking to Schrodinger. I think that's his cat. It's like a reference to the.
They might be leaning
physicist.
away from using all those historical references, but who knows?
I actually really liked.
Find
I
out.
liked that Schrodinger stuff. I don't know if everyone's familiar. I feel like everyone's familiar with it, but like the whole concept there is the idea of
Okay, I
like
think this is
quantum
Schrodinger.
relativity. Oh yeah, there he is. So he is still Schrodinger.
It's probably still
Yeah, the whole cat thing is like it's a really cool theory where it's like if you have like it's not necessarily a cat, but like the famous example that he made is with the cat. It's like if there's a cat in a box, the
Oh
cat
my
could
gosh.
be alive or it could be dead.
attacking just got way harder.
Oh,
You gotta time it now. It's like a rhythm game. That's cool.
yeah. But yeah, the Schrodinger's cat thing is basically like you know, you don't know the condition of the cat until you open the box to look inside. You won't know if the cat is dead or alive. So before you open the box, the cat is actually both dead and alive. And only once you've opened the box does the superimposed position of both things happening simultaneously collapse into either dead or alive. and so the result doesn't actually happen until you measure it. That's like
Whoa, they added the shroud too. Do you see this on the map? There's like the shroud of Ore, or the cloud of Ore. So now you can't just see where everything is. You got to go discover it.
That's actually, that's kind of dope too.
And that's also one of the passives. One of the passives moves is it allows you to see farther through the shroud of, or the cloud.
Yeah. Yeah, Random King, the Schrodinger's cat thing also works if I flip a coin and I land it on my hand and I hold it like this, it's both heads and tails until I look at it, and then it becomes one or the other. It's just like a principle of quantum mechanics, and there's a really funny quantum physics joke like that in the show Futurama, where they're watching like a horse race track, and it's like a really close finish, and they're like, oh, and like so-and-so wins in a quantum finish, and it shows people looking through like a quantum microscope to like see who won, and then Dr. Farnsworth is like, no fair, you've changed the results by measuring them. And if you understand those principles, it's funny because the results were both they won and they lost until they got measured, and then it became one or the other. So that is, I don't know, it's just ridiculous. It's kind of fun if you get into nonsense like that.
For anybody joining us, we're playing Big Time right now. This is a blockchain-based MMORPG. It is free to play. It's pretty fun. I'm an ambassador, so if anybody wants to try it out, you can hit me up and I can get you access. They also changed the access now. No longer do you have to wait until 5 p.m. on Thursdays. It's 10 minutes. They also changed it. At one point, it was like, okay, now it's 5 p.m. 7 days a week. And just recently, it's like within 10 minutes of me submitting it. So now, like, anybody wants to play within 10 minutes of you hitting me up, I can get you in. Ish. It takes a little longer sometimes, but it's much faster. It used to take, like, literally, like, 6 days if you applied on the wrong day. I don't know if you see this, like, timing thing, Max. It's pretty cool. Like, it turns green, and when it turns green, if you press it, you do more damage.
Oh, I see. Oh, so, like, the better you time your clicks, the more, like, your combos are working. Oh, yes. Random King, I also love the Futurama jokes. They're so fucking good.
They also, they changed the combos. There's more right-left combos. Like, you can do, if you land, like, on the green with your right click after doing the left click, like, there's more of that now, which is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is a pretty sick update. Like, and they said they used to do monthly updates. They stopped doing monthly updates so they could focus on bigger updates. They're like, yeah, we're just pushing a bunch of small updates. So we're going to start updating once a quarter. And then there are going to be updates like this. So, like, this update was 2 new classes, entire new timing combat system, and they added a new dungeon and game type. So, like, if they're doing that every 2 to 3 months, this is going to be fucking sick. Like, it made me very, like, hyped on the team, seeing, like, what they can actually achieve since we started playing. It's like, oh, like, in a year from now, this game could be something totally different than what we're playing, which, you know, on Wax, like, Alien Worlds has been out for 2 years. Like, what have they added since we started playing? So it's nice to see teams that actually, like, develop a gameplay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair.
Hell yeah, I got an artifact fragment.
Damn, that was quick.
It might just be guaranteed in the tutorial.
Oh,
and a chest. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's see. I'll have to try this tutorial. I'm still installing the update. Yeah, Random King. I love the Futurama jokes. There's another Schrodinger joke I'm actually remembering in Futurama where, like, it's like it's like the Minority Report episode, and they, like, pull some guy over and it's Schrodinger, and they're like, "What's in the box?" And he's just like, "It's a cat." And he's like, "What's the cat? Is it alive or dead?" And then Schrodinger's like, "Well, it's a superimposed state of both." Blah blah blah, and like starts talking about the theory, and then, like, he just looks into the box and he's just like, "There's also a bunch of drugs in here." Which was funny. Because ultimately, I think a lot of those, like, quantum physics theories are just, you know, fun conversational theories that don't necessarily have a bearing on reality.
I mean, that's what a lot of philosophy is. That's also why I sort of got not into philosophy. Like, philosophy was what I was going to major in college, and then I was like, oh, this is all just a bunch of fucking nonsense. Like, none of this is applicable in the real world.
Yeah. The whole the thing that made me kind of understand quantum stuff a little bit better was, like, the concept is that, like, there's, you know, physics has laws. Like, there's laws that govern all physics within, like, our universe, right? Once you scale things down to a certain, like, size, those laws don't apply anymore. And because there is not a universal rule that applies at every scale, then the laws of physics that we know don't apply beyond a certain size. So beyond that size, you consider that like quantum physics. Which is like, okay, I get it. It's physics that don't matter because we don't exist at that scale and never will.
Oh hell yeah, that doesn't AoE when I right click. That's super nice.
My hammer did that too, where I like came down with the hammer and it like did a bunch of like.
Alright, 3 guys left.
Somebody
I
bought
think
my
I got
fucking
this.
guy that I leveled up to level 5. I bought that level common this morning. I bought a common on Mythos this morning for 2 Mythos, and I leveled them up to level 5, and I just sold it for 4, like in like 2 hours.
Honestly, the like leveling play to earn system works right now. I can't say it will
works
forever,
so
but
well.
like
Yeah, right now it definitely.
the other thing though is I don't know if you fucking
level it and sell it. Right.
I don't know how much it costs for your rare. It cost me so much to level up my epic. Like it cost me something like 30,000 rarity coins to get it from level 5 to 10.
Damn.
So
I
like,
only
I
did
definitely
my-
am gonna
yeah,
start
I did
saving
my
those
rare.
coins. Like I've been spending them all, and I didn't realize how much you need them. You need a lot of those fucking coins to level
Yeah.
your guys up.
I had been saving them pretty much this whole time, so I still had.
I've been opening the free packs because I'm trying to get a better quarterback and a better strong safety. Let's go! Look at all these fucking items.
Ooh, purple.
Give me your items.
There's also a lot of drugs in here.
Hell yeah! Killing the game.
If you're using a dagger now, you could use your NFT skin too.
I don't
know
think
if
this
guy
class uses daggers. I think they use hammers. Quantum Fixer. The daggers for like the rogue class. I should have picked the fucking rogue class. I fucked up. I want to use that fucking.
your NFT.
Oh, also my my crates sold. Like I have I got airdrop crates just for playing for being active, and each one sold for $14. So I have like $28 in my balance on their marketplace now, which is pretty cool.
Fuck yeah, dude. And it's
Which
cool
is not
because then you can use
guaranteed
that balance.
to anybody who's like
Use that balance.
looking to grind for ROI. I played at the same time as Jolly and Toon, like exclusively. Jolly, Toon, and DNA, and for whatever reason, I believe Jolly got the boxes and Toon and DNA did not. So like not all of us that were playing together even got the boxes. So it's definitely not like a guaranteed earner.
Maybe it was like a snapshot of who was actively playing on a specific day, and you guys were.
Yeah, it said the 12th, but like again, like every single time I played, I was playing with like I never played solo really at that time. I was playing with Toon and DNA and stuff. So like I don't know.
That's kind of weird.
All right. We're in town. Oh yeah.
I was so close yesterday in Rivals to buying a mythic rare like character. Someone listed it for 735 mythos, and I
That
I
also,
clicked buy
even if
and
you just like immediately flipped it, would have been so fun to just to play like 2 rounds with. Like, that's
Right?
the
Yeah,
biggest
that's what I
reason I
was
want to flip stuff in Rivals is to be able to play with it while I'm flipping it. Because like while it's listed, you can just play a
That's
couple
what I was
games.
gonna do. I was gonna like immediately list it for like 1,000 or something, and then I was just gonna start playing with it.
All right, let's get rid of this junk. Trash, trash, trash.
But the purchase failed. I was pretty upset by that. Actually, I was a little irritated. I guess upset's the wrong word. I was just a little like annoyed. Not like I lost the money from the mythos. It's just that I sourced a bunch of mythos with like 6 minutes to go on my like purchase timer, and then I did everything within the time, and it was like, sorry, the listing was like taking, like, listing was failed. And I was like,
Chronomancer,
why?
not me. Ooh, I can use this.
Why can they take down? Why can he take it down after I clicked that I was buying it?
I mean, that makes sense to me.
It makes sense. I just want to be stealthy about it.
So
I
you can
will
do the same
say,
thing on
though,
Atomic Hub. That's just like the nature of
Yeah,
how stuff works.
exactly. Everything I've been like flipping and trying to buy for flips though, like just watching the market, knowing what like the floor of each rarity is, and then like scooping things on the floor that are like a different position from like the cheap positions. It's a really good strategy.
Honestly, I could immediately flip my flowers if I wanted to. I got them for Like
Yeah.
5 is the cheapest he's sold in like 4 or 5 days. Like I check that market religiously for flowers.
You
Also,
could
I
get
feel like
double
I manifested it. Like I've just been like, I'm not paying more than 6 for flowers, and I will get his flowers for less than 6, even though they're like hardly ever listed. Took 3 days of refreshing, but I fucking got mine last night. And that was totally my strategy too. I was like, okay, well, people are undercutting each other with Addison and Johnston. Those go for around 6 to 5. Flowers doesn't go for less than 10, but because the others are listed for 5 or whatever, like if people don't understand that theirs is more valuable, they'll list it at the floor with the other. So it's like all I need to do is just wait until someone doesn't get that theirs is more valuable and they list at the same price. And that's exactly what happened, because the floor for the wide receivers last night was 5, and they listed flowers at 5, which is a bad deal for them, but a good deal for me.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot you can, like, if you understand the market, you can really find like when the good deals is, like, you can spot a good deal just on the like newest listing page, and I'm starting to get good at that.
You
So
can
for,
spot a
like,
deal
like
not even by knowing players, by knowing positions. Like if a
Exactly,
wide
the
receiver gets
positions,
listed
yeah.
at the same price as a defensive end, that's too low. You don't need to know if the wide receiver is good. All wide receivers are worth more than defensive ends. And also, like, yeah, I don't know. It does take like looking at the market a lot. It's like I understand the supply of all these NFTs. I also understand what you need to win in games, so I understand which ones are maintaining value better. Like defensive NFTs hold value better than offensive NFTs. So if you're going on speculative plays, get a cornerback, get a linebacker, if you can get a safety, like those hold value better, because the top meta right now is you can only win if your defense is better than the other team's defense, basically. So like you can with skill have a worse offense and carry your team. You cannot carry your team on defense. It has to be pay to win. So the pay to win stuff is more valuable on defense than it is on offense.
That kind of shit I learned directly just from talking to you. Like the other day when I was gonna buy that guy, I just went and I was like, "Hey, dude, I just have reserved this character. Like, is this a good deal? Like, I don't know. You watch this market more than me, so that helps too."
I haven't seen the mythical sell, but they're never listed for under 1,000. Like they're exclusively listed at 2,000 to 3,000.
Seeing it listed under 800 was crazy cheap. I was like, okay, and that's 800 mythos. At the time, it was like 400 like dollars or something, which is still an assload of money, but. I made all that money playing the game so far, which is kind of wild.
All right, I'm gonna do one more of these tutorial dungeons. It might make me play through 4 dungeons again. I won't do that on stream. I'll do it off stream so we can play tomorrow. But I'll do one more dungeon,
cool.
and then let's get into some videos and stuff.
Jumps into like a different environment.
Yeah, it brings you to. Last time it made you go through 4 different biomes and then do the 5th like time dungeon with the weird falling stuff. Unclear if we have to do that again, but
Only at 21% downloaded.
it's not just the downloading; it's also the actual installing takes a long time. Like I had it downloaded at 100% way before it installed.
I think that's what's actually happening. I have it downloaded. It's just updating files right now, and it's at 23%. So I guess it's not going that slow.
Chrono Shield. Can I use that? No, you need strength. That's like a warrior shield.
I hid myself so you could see those stats very quick.
They also, I don't know, like, how our homies were playing Time Warrior before, but, like, the fact that this guy's an AoE as a right click now is, like, makes you actually viable to be killing large groups of people. I didn't play Time Warrior, I didn't play Quantum Fixer before, so I can't tell you if this is, like, an upgrade or not, but I believe they added, like, all of these new right click, left click combos with the timing are new. Oh shit, I'm dying.
Oh, hell
Luckily,
yeah.
I'm a healer.
Because we can keep one of those anniversary gift NFTs for ourselves. Too. Awesome. And add that to my
The timing thing definitely makes this game, like, more engaging for melee DPS. Part of the reason I like the range DPS is because it took more focus than the melee. Like melee, you're just spamming, but now you can't just spam. You have to actually time it. Feels a little
Yeah,
more
are you trying
skill-based.
to time it when the button turns green? Is that like
Yeah.
that little bottom center? That's what.
It's almost like a rhythm game. It's kind of cool. This game has really cool like gameplay mechanics. Like the actual functions with the game are fun. Which is weird. You'd think that's what everybody's looking for in NFT gaming, but you know that's weirdly largely overlooked in the NFT gaming space, is actually having fun game mechanics that feel good to play with.
Right. Oh, you're right, Eric. New Zelda drops tomorrow. I'm holding off on buying it. I still haven't finished Breath of the Wild. I want to finish Breath of the Wild first. And
I'd be down to stream that sometime if we want to try to play through it on stream.
Yeah, I'd be down to just start from the beginning too. Like I said, I haven't gotten into it enough to pick up where I left off.
I feel like that would be a better impromptu stream if we want to just do additional streams, but I'd be down.
I'm also
that game looks amazing too, so that's a game I don't mind watching or even trading off, and we could play old school style where you play a single player game with 2 people and you just hand the controller back and forth.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
Honestly, don't dislike playing video games that way. That's how I grew up playing video games. It's nostalgic. I had an older brother.
Yeah.
He usually actually got to play more than me because he was better than me. So if we couldn't beat a level, I was giving him the controller.
Yeah, that's why it's life or level, right?
Yeah.
At least that's how Paul and I always played it.
Wait, what the fuck's happening?
Oh, that dank guy is.
I need to heal myself. I need to heal myself! Oh god.
Doing a boss fight yet.
Slap down that health potion.
God! Oh, he missed. I do kind of like the timing now. That's way less. I used to just mash the click button.
I am curious how much more damage it does. Somebody should do a test of mashing it and how much DPS they get versus not mashing it. So I wonder if you can attack so much faster that you're actually outpacing the higher hits. I'm sure they did the math of that somewhere, but that's my immediate thing is I wonder if I can just mash this faster than using the skill. Find the Guardian's Chamber. Okay, dungeon. If you say so. I guess to our viewers, also, if you're unaware, this game has procedurally generated dungeons. So every time you do a dungeon, it's slightly different. The enemies that spawn are different. The objectives are different. Sometimes you need to defuse bombs. Sometimes you need to pick up flowers that are on the ground. There's totally random stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. I don't know. Sometimes it's detrimental. Sometimes it makes the dungeon worse. The dungeon has a really bad payoff or is actually glitched to the point where you can't beat it. But it also does keep it kind of interesting because if you play the same dungeon 5 times in a row, it's not the same thing every time. So I'd say there's pluses and minuses to the procedurally generated stuff, but I actually appreciate it as someone who likes grinding this stuff because this game is just grinding dungeons. So if you have the same layout and the same enemies in the dungeon every single time, it gets kind of boring. World of Warcraft, if you played if you ever played the 10 to 19 zone, you probably played Willing Caverns 9,000 times to the point where where every boss is spawning, but that's also kind of fun because then it's then the game becomes about drop rates and stuff. It becomes okay, I know this boss has a 3% chance to drop my legs, so I'm just gonna grind this boss over and over 30 times until it drops the thing I need.
That's true, although I do kind of like the grinding something different every time.
Yeah. Also, I don't really know. Nobody has tables. World of Warcraft, you can literally look up any mob in the game, and it has the math for every item that can drop that mob. I'm sure that stuff will come out for this game at some point, but I don't really know how the drop RNG works, and I'm not sure if anybody has that stuff figured out. Oh god, this guy's huge. Throw out my healing thing.
Oh, dude.
Evade.
I'm also pretty excited to see some of the fucking new Zelda game stuff. I feel like Eric's saying that the reviews are out and no one gave it lower than a 9.5. I feel like that's pretty par for the series. Zelda games I don't
also
think
just Nintendo Nintendo originals fuck. Mario and Zelda games are good. If there's a Metroid game, it's probably they don't release bad games of those major series generally.
I agree, yeah. If Nintendo's releasing a title game for one of their characters, it's gonna be.
I think where Nintendo screws you is on the re-releases, the remasters, that sort of stuff is a lot cash grabbier and
Yeah, because it's a full fucking $60 to play through a game I already bought 10 years ago.
Their ports are generally pretty good though. Like, I haven't bought a Nintendo port and been like, this is glitchy and fuck doesn't work. Like, that's what happens to some, like, I don't know. Like, as much as I love Blizzard and I love Warcraft 3, when they released that, like, the early access for the Warcraft 3 remaster, it was buggy as fuck. Like, it hardly even worked. And people were like, don't put the shit out unless it works. Like, don't charge us money for something that doesn't work. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I agree with that, too. It's like, or don't charge me a full fucking game price for a game that, like, you already sold at fucking retail and I already paid. But, yeah, I do think that, like, from what I've read about the new Zelda game, it sounds like it's basically pretty much Breath of the Wild 2.0 with all the, like, things people wanted to see.
Oh, what a move. That move's sick, dude. My, like, final combo move does, like, it does, like, a sword flurry, so it does, like, multiple attacks. Boom, let's go. The combos are super fun in this game.
Yeah, the like, comboing thing seems completely revamped.
Like this, check this out. Yeah, he hits them, like, a bunch of times. That's
That game's
sick.
updated, but I feel like you're gonna stop after it's done. So I'll stop.
Let's see. I will heal. Get my healing drone up. Why not? Let's do a light heal too. Even though I can't use it yet. You know what? Let's not waste points on stuff that's not gonna help me. Let's put all the points into the thing that helps me. Oh, what? I can get an instant revive now? That's fucking super sick.
Dude, what? That's huge in fucking big fights.
I'm going super. I don't know. I'm the type of person who I min-max my builds. I am not a fucking like average. Like, I don't put points into everything. I put points into what I need, and I put no points into the stuff I'm not supposed to. I always run like glass cannons in these style games. I do not like having like a well balanced build. I like the extreme builds. So I'm going like a super healing heavy build because I'm really good. I mean, you've played with me. I'm very good at dodging stuff. So like, my plan is just not to get hit. If I get hit, I'm fucked. But another artifact fragment. Let's go.
Those seem a lot more common now.
Could also just be the tutorial they're guaranteed. Hard to say.
Yeah, like
Ooh,
you're
more
gonna get,
max
like,
energy.
At least you get like all the way to 10 in one, just so it can show you like the process of rolling the die or something.
Yeah.
Look at
I
that.
don't know. All right.
Curious. Hey Eric, if you're gonna get Zelda, are you gonna get the physical like disc, or are you just doing the digital download and like pre-installing it on your Switch already?
I feel like it's
I
worth
always
buying
go
the
for
physical disc.
I go for the digital download every time. I just like.
I've
to have
always
my
been
whole
going
game
for digital download until I got into the NFT space, and now I know that those things actually retain value very well. That like I would probably start buying the physicals of those.
That's true. You know, I have the physical Zelda Ocarina of Time for my Game Boy DS, and that one for a while, like they discontinued it, and for a while it resale, like the secondary market was like $100 for that little cartridge. I bought it for like 20, but I think they reissued it now as a digital download, and immediately the physical market like.
Thing about those games, though, is when they're really good, they have a like, you can sell a fucking whatever Ocarina, like you can go sell your N64 Zelda games and they still have value. Like very good games people want forever.
That's true.
I feel like they actually hold value.
Actually, I have a cartridge from the N64 or Ocarina of Time, and the cartridge itself is gold plastic. Like it's not the gray plastic that all the other N64 cartridges are. So I have like the gold version of Ocarina of Time. I don't know if that means anything. I don't have the actual box or packaging anymore, so it's probably not worth much.
So it looks like they removed one of the dungeons. You used to have to do 4 dungeons, now you only have to do 3. So the tutorial will be slightly shorter, but again, I'm not going to play through it all on stream. I'll try to play through it tonight after stream, so we're ready to go for tomorrow.
What the fuck? Eric said he sold his Majora's Mask for $140 a few months ago. That's nuts, though, dude. What the fuck? You know what other game I have on N64, which like a friend of mine who's like a nerd about N64 thought like was wild and apparently is a hard one to find, which I thought it was a super popular game, but Star Fox 64. Like, isn't that a really common game? I thought everybody played Star Fox. But he was like geeked out that I had a physical Star Fox 64 cartridge.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, those really good games, like, because everybody played them, when they get older and start rebuying their N64 shit, everybody wants that game, so they still have value.
Yeah.
It's like why they have
sense.
value, because everybody had it and played it back in the day, and then everybody got rid of it when their fucking moms sold their shit to
Yeah.
When their moms donated their shit to fucking Goodwill, and then most of that shit got lost. So anybody that actually held on to their stuff and kept it in good value, generally, like,
Yeah, I actually still have a pretty decent collection of N64 games. Like Jet Force Gemini, fuck, that game's so much fun. I don't know if anybody played that other than me, but God, it's
What
so
game?
cool. You could play as a little dog, and the dog has like a mounted machine gun on his back, and you shoot like ants. God, it was so cool. It's Jet
What
Force
game?
Gemini.
never heard
Yeah, it's
of
called
that.
Jet Force Gemini, and it had the coolest music too. Like, God, that game was so fun, and like kind of violent. Like you shoot these things, and they'd like splatter blood and shit, and like their heads would come off. Like, yeah, that game was super fucking dope. Yeah, that's what I thought. Super calm. Okay, so the guy was just an idiot. He was just like, like he. I guess it was maybe he was just like wanted that game for a long time and never had a chance to get it. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely like Jet Force Gemini was a game that back when I was playing N64 with like other friends and I knew people who had N64s, I was trying to get everybody to buy it so we could play together. Because it had like a 4-player multiplayer too that was super fun. But nobody I know played it. But man, you guys missed out. I also beat that like the final boss in that game, and it was just nuts. It was a really tough fight. I was also like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, let's see, 9 years old, 10 years old maybe. So I probably sucked at games compared to now. It's probably not that hard. But you know, I do remember I played in Ocarina of Time. Eric, you're probably enough of a Zelda fan to know exactly what part I'm talking about. But like, I got stuck as a kid. After you talk to the big Goron and you get like the bracelet that lets you lift up the bombs, I like didn't know how to like, you know, obviously as a gamer now it's like, well, you obviously use the item you just got to pick up the bomb, and then you throw the bomb off the ledge and it opens up the like the fire dungeon or wherever you're supposed to go next. But like, God, it took me days. I literally like real days, not in-game days, where I was like running around the map like, what do I do next? And eventually like it came to me in a dream or something, you know. Like I said, I was a kid. I was really bad at like games.
It's a pretty good deal on Travis Etienne Jr. you can get right now for $13. That's the lowest I've seen him in a hot minute.
That's not bad. He's good as fuck. I use him to beat people who are way better than me.
If you're trying to play NFL Rivals, you kind of need a running back to carry your team, unless you have an amazing wide receiver, quarterback, and offensive line, which is a lot harder to get than a single good running back.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Dude, not only was that tricky, but like when I figured it out, I also figured out how to get the piece of heart on top of that cavern. The one that you're supposed to get, I think, later in the game when you come back, you plant like the seed, and then you come back as an adult, and it is like that levitating platform. But I figured out that if I did a backflip off of the ledge where you throw the bomb from at an angle, you could backflip and land on top of the cavern and collect the piece of heart. I felt like a straight up G for figuring that one out. But you know, this is also before like the internet, so it wasn't like you could go online and be like, how do you do this? This is in the age of those big guidebooks that you'd buy at like GameStop or whatever the game store was.
I remember having to look up the guides like online early days. Like you'd have to look up written guides on the internet, and they would you have to, like read through them.
That was some of the earlier like internet searching I was doing, was like looking up like walkthroughs.
What was the website for that? I'm forgetting. But I feel like there was a website that had like all the walkthroughs on it. It was like GameSpot or something, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like if you said it, I'd be like, yeah, sorry, but I don't know. If
I can't remember. It's a long time ago. Let's do a grubfish before we do our off the rails videos. So if anyone wants to join, it's time. I don't have my soundboard pulled up, so game facts. I feel like it's close.
Game facts, that could be it. Yeah. Did they have Funko Land? Was that like the pre-GameStop? Was that like the GameStop, or am I just like nuts?
What'd you say, Funko Land?
Yeah, like Funko Land or something weird like that. Like something with funk and land in it, but maybe like Funko, something.
Funko is another thing that's very famous. I actually didn't say what this is for. This will probably just be for a Neon Space Grubfish pack. Let me make sure we have Grubfish packs to give away.
Funko Fusion. I don't know. I feel like land was definitely part of it. Pop in stock.
I saw this Avalon thing. I was not really a fan of it.
I feel like it's a store chain that was bought out by and eventually became GameStop. But when I was
Oh,
young,
nice. We got the
what
2-year anniversaries.
Okay,
Hell
thank you,
yeah.
Eric. I was feeling nuts. Yes. Okay, it was a thing. I'm not the only one.
We could give away one of Poppin' Stocks. He sent us some crazy summer. I think we'll just give away a Neon Space Grubfish thing, though. It makes it easier for me to keep track of what's going on.
Funko Land. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, we got Crittercraft packs, so. Good to go.
Dude, that was a fun little memory lane. Remembering my gaming. Like, yeah, that one. You know what else
Okay,
is
so
really
Funko
cool?
Land
about
was a
gaming?
thing. That must have been before me.
Yeah, Funko Land was like GameStop before it became GameStop. I think that's what it was. But I do
You remember
remember
buying
also,
games
like,
from Blockbuster? Blockbuster used to sell the games they would rent at like a
Yeah.
third of the price. So I used to always like go buy the used
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
Sometimes they fucking suck though. They're all
And then they'd
scratched
have
up and
the
shit.
save. But then, I was talking about if you're buying the cartridges, like N64 cartridges, you would get the like game progress that the previous owner had. It's not like the discs where everything's like saved on your console and the disc is like its own thing.
I had
used to
Sega, and
be like-
Sega didn't
I
really
bought a-
save progress to your cartridges.
Oh.
Sega, like the way
was
that
N64.
saving worked on Sega is it gave you codes that you'd write down in your instruction manual. On the last page of all the instruction manuals was like, here's a list for codes, and then you'd write down like XQL7935, and that takes you to level 3 where you have 27% health. Like it tells you how much health and ammo you have, and it like would bring you back. But like all of our books were just filled out with like, we would also go look on the internet. That was another thing you could do on GameFAQs, was find game save data. So you could like go load other people's saves. So like my brother and I could never beat Jurassic Park. We never got past like the 3rd level, but we were able to play the 4th and 5th level by loading other people's saves, and we're not able to beat them because it was very hard.
Yes. Oh my god, Eric, I did the same thing. And were those like the fucking like the Mac computers that have like the clear different color plastic like bodies? Like the monitor that would like be like this clear see-through like orange or see-through purple. Like those colorful Macs. At least that's what it was at my school. Maybe it was like a thing there. Yeah, same ones. Let's go, dude.
The
We're
amount
doing
of
the same
Sega games
shit.
I played as a kid and beat is like crazy. Like we probably had like 40 or 50 Sega games, and we probably beat like 3 of them. Games used to be
Yeah.
so much harder back then. Like it was not easy to beat any of those games.
I remember I bought like a GoldenEye N64 cartridge and like I popped it in and it was like the previous owner had like unlocked every cheat code and had like every level was done on like double agent mode and shit. And I was just like, oh hell yeah, like boom. And then people would come over and be like, damn, like you have all this shit. And it's just like, yep, I sure do. Like I'm really good. It's just like came with it because I bought a used game.
Alright, this is gonna be a small grubfish, but
Oh shit, you gotta hide some of the what are they called? The ADD. Wait, oh, Paul told me the name of it. It is Sludge. Sludge videos have like
sludge.
like yeah, that is what it's called. The genre of
I don't
like
like that
videos
name
with,
for it.
like, a bunch of videos on top of each other.
Oh no, KY, you're gonna grub explode away from everybody.
Oh, least comic standing is the less
Well.
grub stand.
Congrats to Least Comic Standing. Who's
Did
also
we
one of
forget,
our
like,
one of the
that was
submitters of the
really quick.
fun videos we'll watch. I've also been slacking. I haven't sent any of the prizes since NFTopia, so if anybody's won any prizes on our stream lately, I'll send them at some point. Know that I have them all written down, I just haven't sent them yet, so you'll get your prizes eventually. I'm just been lazy.
Ooh,
Maybe I'll do that after
Travis
stream today.
Gibson, defensive end, common for 3. I don't know. Nah. I buy this stuff for
Alright.
2, and then I'll relist it for like 4.
I don't like how Avalon's doing their stuff. It's $50 for an early access pass for 1 month.
Damn.
You want me to pay
that's pretty-
$50 a month to play your half-built MMORPG? Like, what? That's fucking crazy, dude. I can pay $15 a month to play World of Warcraft, and that game's way better than this game, so why would I pay $50 a month to play a not even fully built MMORPG? The pricing just seems outrageous on this.
Yeah.
And then that's
That
the
is
cheaper
whack.
packs. You can pay $180 for a Epic Rarity NFT that gives you unlimited access to the game. So $180, I guess, gives you lifetime access. That's still expensive as fuck. And then $600
really
for
expensive.
land. I'm just like, I don't know. This shit seems way like This is not priced realistically for people.
For me, I guess, it could be cool if it has like all this like in-game economy and stuff and like that future prospect and whatever the like selling points are. But I just don't want to have to make an ROI on gaming stuff that I buy.
If
Like,
I
I'm
could pay
not
this
investing in game-
$10, if I could pay $10 to play the game even for a month, that's realistic. But all this $10 windows is give you a whitelist spot for you pay money to be able to pay them more money for other stuff. That's all this does. So I don't know. I'm not really a fan of what Avalon's doing as far as like their pricing and stuff, but they're the most recent Launchpad partners with Atomic Hub, so you'll be seeing them pop up as advertisements. I'm much more of a fan of Big Time. Big Time is free to play.
Free to play, it's fun. You won some NFTs. I've been playing. I haven't won anything yet, but I feel confident that I'll get some NFTs eventually. Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know.
it's everywhere. Is that
Avalon
a thing?
just seems like they're trying to make the most money as possible without doing as much work. Like, it just seems like a cash grab to me. Like, I haven't played it, so like, ask someone who's actually played it if the game is fun.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look fun enough to justify the price. Like, if I'm paying $50 a month, you better have the best MMORPG in the fucking world. Like, and it's definitely not. Just like based on the small thing I've seen, like it's early access.
Oh, I see what you mean. Avalon is advertising all over like the wax kind of scene on Alcor.
Especially
Squad.
Atomic Hub, because they just partnered with Atomic Hub. So if you're using Atomic Hub, you're going to see it advertised all over Atomic Hub.
I see. I mean, I'm interested to see how it goes, but I'm not interested to fund that development. So I'll be paying attention, but the prices are a little out of my budget for. It's more of an investment like target price than it is a gaming item target price for me.
$50 a
I'm
month
looking-
is unrealistic. Like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
there's no video game I'm paying $50 a month to play. Like,
I paid $50 to buy into like NFL Rivals, like in the early drop pack, and even that, like in retrospect, I was like, that was too much. I should have waited, and I
you
would
would
have
have saved
better
a bunch of money if you waited.
Yeah. And that game came out, is very playable, is super successfully like increasing in player base at the moment. So that's like a game that's doing it right. It still would have been better for me to wait. So I don't know. Personally, I think from experience, the move isn't to ape into this stuff before it's playable. And when you do ape into it, you should do it with money that you're trying to spend on playing a game, not money that you then need an ROI to feel good about having spent.
And that's been my whole thing
Yeah.
for the longest time. I've also, like, when I'm buying into Music Mogul, when I'm buying into that sort of shit, like, I tell people, I'm like, hey, like, if you want to be safe, just wait until the game comes out. If you buy it before the game comes out, you're gambling. You're not, like, that's what it is. You're gambling that this could potentially go up in price before the game comes out. But, like, there's no reason to buy stuff before the game comes out other than the gamble on the speculative value. So if you enjoy gambling on the speculative value, that's fine. Like, just be aware that you're being a degen. It's fine to be a degen. Just don't, like, convince yourself this is some sound investment that's super safe and, like, stable, because it is not.
Yeah. That's what I did when I bought into Music Mogul too. I considered that a gamble, and I'm down on that gamble right now. If I exit it, I would have lost. So
didn't work
right
out
now
well
it's-
for me either, but also they totally fucked up their launch. Like, they gave bad information in their public channel. So
yeah, I was gambling based on the public information that they were like, oh yeah, it'll be announced this time.
I also
It's like, okay, good.
still don't think they're gonna rug. Like, it's gonna come out eventually. Might not go up in value, but all right.
Yep,
What
I
does
have my
this say?
stuff
This
listed.
says-
There's no hurry to sell them. Stuff isn't like gonna expire or anything.
It says Little Orphan Annie. No more context. Oh, this is Arnold Schwarzenegger as Orphan Annie. Let's go. This is gonna be some weird deepfake stuff.
I used to sing in the orphanage when I'd get sad. It always cheered me up.
Sly, don't let this ginger sing.
Just thinking about tomorrow.
AI is
Clears
getting
away the
absurd.
Cobwebs
Oh, wow.
and the sorrow.
Holy shit, she's
Is that
good.
actually
there's
Arnold
none.
singing the song, or is that an AI
Stuck
version
with
of it?
the day that's gray and lonely. I just stick at my chin and grin.
I assume it's an impersonator.
And
I don't think that's AI.
say,
Pretty good. Marcy, stop right now. Hey,
Oh shit, nailed it.
the sun will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow.
That looks so creepy.
so eerie. Yeah, Jesus.
DMT.
Tomorrow.
They got Joe Rogan in there.
Tomorrow, I love ya. Tomorrow, you're only a day away.
No,
That's my
it's
little
not. She
orphan
doesn't hate
Arnie.
the singing. Somebody walked by outside, and she saw them walking by and didn't like that.
I think that's nightmare fuel. Something about AI is just. But yeah, that's deep fake by me, and it says with Daddy. Wait, with voiced by I Am Joe. So like somebody was voicing that. Was not AI voice? I don't think AI can do singing that accurately. Like they couldn't sing a song. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger's not a singer, so where are you feeding it the data of what his singing voice sounds like? That's what.
That's I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. It's just like, what is it
Because
training on?
you
Like, I haven't
can do
really-
AI singers, but they have to be singers. Like you have to train the AI with something.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there's not like 30, 40 hours of fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger's singing voice out there that you can go train it. I think it was Grimes just came out and was like, I could be getting the artist wrong. I think it's Grimes is like, you can use my AI voice on any song, but I get 50% of the songwriting. So she's like, you can use my voice on anything. Like you can use my name to promote your song, but I get 50% of the money. I was like, that's actually pretty fucking
That's
smart.
not-
She's like,
not a
anybody
bad
can write
deal.
music using me, but I get the payment for it.
Yeah.
I don't think that was Grimes either. I think I already said the wrong artist, but some artist recently said that where she's like, most people are like very anti-AI that are into art, like the actual like musicians and artists are like fuck AI, but like one of the pop stars was just like, yeah, I don't fucking care. This shit's happening either way. Just like credit me. Don't use my voice without my credit because like that's my fucking life's work is my voice. So if you're gonna use it, just pay me 50%. I was like, that's an interesting way to approach this instead of like trying to fight it.
Yeah.
I do think people like that are probably gonna end up making a lot of money to like embrace the technology rather than fight it. All right, this says Pero
Yeah.
Pac-Man no existe Pero Pac-Man. I believe Pero is the word for dog in Spanish, right?
Yeah. Pero.
'Cause it-
Perro Pac-Man no existe. Perro Pac-Man.
¿Qué?
Nice.
he made the
damn.
friggin' losing noise. That was the losing
was
noise.
just
No,
like
that was like the portal noise,
The
right?
Waka Waka. That's like the just Pac-Man walking across the screen, I thought.
Yeah, it's the eating noise when you eat the.
Yeah.
Every time you eat one of the pebbles, it makes that walk 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 walk. I don't know. Let's get an
That was a
AB
good
reference here. Pac-Man eating noise.
It's definitely the Waka Waka.
Yeah. That sounds like a fucking start of like an EDM
Perro
song.
Pac-Man no existe. Perro Pac-Man.
Barks normally at first, it sounds like.
That's pretty fucking close. That's a good one.
Is he actually barking like that, or is that like the bark audio played backwards?
No, I think he's actually barking like that. Because listen, you can hear her laughing, and the laugh is happening. You can hear the woman laughing over the bark, and it's not backwards.
Yeah, you're right. It would sound.
That's a
weird.
crazy bark.
That's a really crazy bark.
That one was sent to us
Oh, yeah.
from Eric Yo. And Least Comic Standing sent the Little Orphan Annie video. So far, 2 for 2. Pretty fun videos. Thank you for sending them.
Yeah.
As always, we take
uh,
user submissions. So if you'd like to submit videos for us to play on stream, we are happy to play them for you as long as there's no copyrighted content in it. We can't play copyrighted music.
Yeah, I have a thing about sharing accounts with like family. I'll share like the way I share my accounts is like my family has passwords to accounts that I pay for, and then I have passwords to the accounts that they pay for. So like they're using my Amazon Prime, I'm using their like Disney Plus or something like that. But I also have like this thing set up with like a group of 6 friends where each of us are paying like a fraction to share a YouTube Red or like a Google Plus.
I think
or
I'm
whatever
one
the
of those 6 people.
Yeah, Lewis is one, and then there's like
I'm on the family
like,
plan. Let's go.
yeah, we have like a big. I think you can get up to 13 people together, and then it's like $1 a month for like no ads on YouTube. I think like unlimited streaming music through Google Music, and like some like the server like stuff where you can like get a bigger Google Drive and all that. But you can share that with a ton of people.
All right, so this
And
next
we
video
actually
was submitted by Eric Yo. It says, what does it say? Lady at Home Depot bought a plastic box to keep her hair from the rain. So I guess instead of an umbrella, she's using a plastic box. Let's see how that goes.
Lady at Home Depot bought a plastic box to keep her hair from the rain.
No, didn't help for that.
How was she expecting to see out of that? She was like covering 100% of her.
Lady at Home Depot bought a plastic box to keep her hair from the rain.
Very confident ability to walk with a bucket on her head.
I feel like that's about expected. If you just shove a bucket over your head and just walk blindly through the rain, you're probably going to slip and fall.
I want to know why. Like, were they just filming because of the ridiculousness of the bucket? Because God, that was hilarious.
I don't know.
What a good get.
All right, this
I
one's
feel
from
like-
our very own Paul. What does this one say? Yeah, it might have been
That's-
staged as far as like the person filming it was like with her or something.
But if it was staged, she really committed to that fall. She like
Yeah, I
threw
mean, she
herself
ate
on the
shit.
concrete.
This says funny viral trending basketball for you page. This gotta be racist. Let's see.
Ain't no way.
Damn,
Ain't
is that a little
no
person?
way.
Tiny.
Yeah. No.
What?
Wait, what do you say?
A plane flew by right when that said it, so I couldn't actually hear it. But here, let me see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, "You're fat, and I'm not trying to be racist, but you're black." Like, I guess that was an insult.
I guess I could see fat being an insult, but why do you have to tack black onto it?
Like whoever's filming it just laughs at that too. He's like, "Yeah, this kid's
yeah.
fucking a fool."
That was a pretty. I don't know. That's pretty good.
thought it
His
was funny.
voice is hilariously high pitched too. It's a little kid though, right? It's not a little person. Or
Yes, that's a child. That's not a little person.
oh, okay.
It's a kid, and also like, I don't know. It's just like an innocent version of being racist. Like, it's like, I'm not trying to be
Yeah.
racist, but you're black. It's like, that's not really racist. He is black. Like, you didn't say anything bad about black people.
Yeah, I don't know. If he's using it as an insult, then it's pretty racist. But I guess he's not trying to be racist, so.
I don't know what his
I don't
intent
know.
was. It's just a funny video. All right, this says, standing on the counter, what could go wrong? I mean, I imagine this lady's gonna eat shit. This is from Paul.
Dude, I am really like amused, and in like a way, I feel bad because I laugh at it because I think it just makes me laugh so hard to see like little people doing almost anything, and I know it's like not cool. And my husband gives me
Max
so
likes
much shit.
racist dwarves.
But you're kind of like right on with this. I thought it was fucking way funnier when I thought it was a little person. I was like, oh wait,
That'd be way worse if like a
Way-
fully grown adult was
way
trying to like.
But like
when it's a
yeah,
kid, it's
ever
innocent
since
and
I was,
funny.
like-
But
ever since I was a kid, I've been like it's just I don't know. I don't know what it is about it, but like just the proportions and the way they move, it just like is something that like catches my attention. I don't want to like be a dick or like mean or like kind of like I don't know shame it or something. It's not any of that, but it really always makes me laugh no matter what it is. And then like Paul will show me videos of like there's like dwarf wrestling or something like that, you know, and then he'll just like just shame me for being so like laughing and cracking up super hard. And he'll just be like shaking his head like
that sounds like a Paul move. He's like, check this out. I
He's
know
like,
you're
"You
gonna
can't
laugh
be
at it, and then I'm gonna shame you for it.
Yeah, he gets me good because he knows that stuff gets me.
I mean, you can't control what you laugh at. It's an involuntary response. So
Yeah.
it is what it
Even when
is.
I was a kid, I saw like a little person riding a scooter, and I remember he just like flipped me off, and I was like, I don't know, like 10, 11 or something. But like I must have just been staring in a way that wasn't cool for like an adult, man to flip me off like that as a kid. But I don't know. It gets me.
All right, let's watch this standing
Makes
on the
me feel
counter
bad.
video. What's going on with?
Oh yeah, this one's good.
I feel like there's no way she doesn't eat shit.
Wrist so icy, wonder why she like me, bitch. I'm drowning in water. I just
Whoa, that's not what I was expecting to happen. How strong is that fucking cabinet?
Dude, I was gonna say that held her whole body.
That
for, like,
cabinet held her entire weight. Like, whoever built that cabinet, I want to hire to build shit in my home. That's what I got from this video. I also can't play the music, probably, but
Yes, I have. It is like that. It's that bad.
How did that open too? That whole thing. Holy shit.
I think her like pant gets caught on it, and then she like swings it open, and
that's like the last thing I was expecting to happen. Like I knew she's gonna eat shit somehow. I did not think she's going to swing out on a cabinet. Like it's like a fucking like special effects trick.
Yeah. Random King, just to be clear, I'm not a dick about it like Eric Cartman is, though, where he's just like, oh, they put him in a little suit and everything. Like, I would never. Like, it's just like if it makes anything about this any better, I feel really bad that it makes me laugh so hard. if that counts for anything.
All right, this was also from Paul.
Oh wow, these
It
people.
says, "When the Margs hit," and it's somebody.
The Margs?
Looks like they're about to jump off of Margs as in Margarita. It's
Yeah,
called a
got it.
gorilla bounce. It looks like they're jumping off of like, like a diving board platform onto a trampoline into the water. And let's see how this ends.
Dude, this is like a
Probably
Mario
really well.
rig.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good bounce.
What the fuck just happened? That thing like exploded.
You just like.
What does that have to do
folded-
with being drunk?
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty good bounce.
Oh, I think I know what happens. I think he jumps too far and his feet hit the fucking springs instead of the actual trampoline.
Oh, it just, like flops right through. Something goes
Still seems
flying.
really dangerous.
Yeah, that wasn't as spectacular as I was hoping.
Yeah, I felt like it was gonna be a bigger fail somehow. That one was
Yeah.
okay. I'll give that like a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, it's like a B, maybe a B minus.
I gave it way worse than a B minus, but
Yeah, it's still we still watched it twice, right?
I just wanted to see what happened the second time I watched it because I was confused how it even happened. All right, this one says, who sent this to? Let's give credit to credit.
Quiet, I'm trying to catch.
This
that
was
cat.
also from
the bird.
Paul, and I feel like the comment doesn't make sense to what I'm looking at. Is this the wrong video? What the fuck is happening here?
I don't know.
It's the one Paul posted says they brought back Ronald McDonald.
Maybe
Oh, that's
this
after
takes
this one. This is the one that Eric posted. Okay, I see what's going on here.
Okay. I was gonna say maybe
This
this
is from
takes a
Eric.
really hard turn.
Yeah, I was like, what does this have to do with Ronald McDonald? There's a couch
And
on
they're
the
like
windowsill.
whips to the right, and Ronald McDonald's like you're actually in a McDonald's.
All right, let's see. Let's see what this cat it says. Quiet, I'm trying to catch the bird. So it's a cat trying to catch a bird. That's funny. The cat got pissed.
He was pissed. Smacking him up.
I don't think
That's
I've ever
weird.
seen a cat tell someone to shut the fuck up so directly. That was like a direct shut the fuck up from a cat.
Yeah.
Pep, 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 pep. I can't tell
Also,
if he's
they're
like
like
actually telling him to shut the fuck up or he got so scared. Because I feel like that's another thing a cat could do. Like if you scare him and he goes, "I know you got me, so I'm angry that you got me." I feel like it could have been that too.
Yeah.
That's definitely like a cat
getting,
move.
I love getting like animals, like my pets. Like I'll scare Marcy or my cats or something, and then they'll totally like try to get you. Like Marcy will try to get you back immediately. Like she'll just get all amped and be like, "Ah, you didn't get me" or something. But then like my cat,
Yeah, Marcy's
he would,
not
like,
good at
hold
playing
a
it off.
grudge. Yeah, he would like try to play it off, and then he'd just like be sour for a while, and then like sometimes he'd like jump on me randomly or something, like get me back. But it would be like a dish served cold. Cats are the best.
All right, this one says, "Oh my God, guys, they brought back Ronald McDonald." So this is the video I thought I was playing before.
Oh my God, guys, they brought back Ronald McDonald.
Hello there, friendo. What can Ronald get for you today?
I guess I'll take the...
Is that real? That's terrifying, dude. It's the last thing I want to see when I'm ordering at McDonald's.
Really? I'm kind of into it.
Hello there, friendo. What can Ronald get for you today?
I guess I'll take...
The hair looks weird, right? Like everything about that looks wrong. I don't know what's going on there.
It looks freaky, but I'm
Three
here for the
McChickens and a
spirit of it.
McFlurry. Thanks, Ronald.
I don't see anyone else in that car. That all for you, big fella?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is all. It's all for me.
You should meet my friend Grimace. I feel
Is this AI? How does it know when he's done talking?
like you two would have a lot in common.
Oh,
There's no way this is real,
that's okay. I'm not that...
Has gluttony too breached the depths of thine soul?
That's got to be a joke, right? Like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, it's a little bit. I'd be into it though. I like that.
I feel like this has to be fake. I also feel like Ronald looks wrong.
Oh my god, guys,
like,
they
that's not
brought
what
back
Ronald
Ronald
McDonald looks like.
Donald.
Friendo, what?
I feel like that's like an actor like trying to look like Ronald McDonald, not like.
Or it's one of those like pictures that they took and then they're just like puppeteering it with like their own video capture, like an AI kind of thing, like turning it into a
KY
filter.
says it's poorly overlaid, not even in the best.
Yeah, it's very poorly overlaid. It's definitely like a bit, but it's pretty it's a pretty funny bit. I'd be into that.
Yeah, that's right. It's not even in the fucking thing correctly, like the square.
What can Ronald get for you today?
I guess I'll take 3 McChickens and a McFlurry.
Y'all know I don't like clowns. I don't like that.
I don't trust like that. I don't trust anything like that.
All right, this is from Eric Yo. This looks like some dude who's like doing some weird arm shit. This is either gonna be him like dancing to EDM or him doing some weird shit with his arm. We'll find out.
Is it gonna be like the one I posted, the guy playing banjo with a
he's doing nunchucks. Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I can't tell if these are corn. It kind of looks like corn dog nunchucks.
Wait! Before you play this, he's gonna hit himself for sure, but like head or balls?
Yeah, that's a good question. Does he hit him? I feel like you always hit yourself in the balls with nunchucks. That's just like what.
Yeah. Yeah.
Isn't that like one of the original?
Let's see.
What the fuck was that?
Wait, do we miss something? Where did he hit himself? Explain yourself, Eric. What is this?
I hear the sound. You can hear that, right?
Yeah, there's like a
tink. I think he hits himself right in the face.
Does he?
But he also doesn't flinch.
Not even a little bit. Damn, dude, he's a ninja. He's like feels no pain.
I've never seen a concussion develop in front of my eyes. They're saying that when he hits himself, like he's slowing down because he's in pain, but he's like still trying to finish, so it just like breaks him.
There it is. Yeah. Oh, dude, he takes it like square in the face. And then he like hides his face so you don't see him crying. Play it one more time. I want to see this again. Now that I got it.
Let's get a full screen.
Dude, like a champ.
The part that's confusing is what the fuck is this? Like,
yeah, why does it turn into a? Yeah, that's what fucked me up.
That's what was throwing me off. I was like, what is this saying? But wasn't there like Karate Guy? Wasn't that like one of the original fail videos on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, Afro Ninja, I think.
Afro Ninja is the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like hits himself in the fucking balls with nunchucks, right? Yep. 19 million views from 17 years ago, you guys. This is the fucking.
He like tries to do a flip and he like lands on his face and then he tries to finish what he was doing and he's just like stumbling all over the place. Is how I remember this one.
Maybe he doesn't hit himself in the nuts. I don't know. I haven't seen this in probably fucking.
I don't think I think his nunchuck skills are on point, and then he just.
I think you're right. I think he does a front flip and then like lands right on his fucking face. Like he doesn't fully land the flip, and then he does like shitty nunchucks after that. God, that's great. That video didn't get any worse. That aged perfectly. That's a perfect fail video. Short and sweet.
Yeah, I forgot about the off-screen voice being like, "Are you okay?" and the other voice being like, "No, you're not." Like he doesn't respond. Oh yeah, classic.
God, that's good. That's like that's up there with the fucking the grape smashing lady. This is like.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh whoa 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 whoa! Like the fucking that sound is like one of the best sounds that's ever been made on the internet.
Yeah.
These buckets are filled with grapes. What kind of grapes? These are filled with Chamberson grapes, and the winner this Saturday who's studying music, eating international foods, having wine tours and tastings, vineyard tours, seminars, arts and crafts. It's a lot of fun, a whole day. Stop. Oh, 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 stop.
I've never heard a human make that sound before, and it gets me every time. Oh, stop! Also, like,
I don't know. I find that one less funny just because she sounds like she like really got hurt. And just, that makes it.
I think she did actually get hurt, But I feel less bad because she's cheating. They say stop, and then she tries to go after they say stop. This is instant karma. Like if she wasn't being skeezy, like she wasn't cheating, she wouldn't have failed.
It felt like such a benign, like childish little like. It's just a gag more than a cheat. I feel like it was overkill for the karma. If that was karma.
That sound is hilarious to me.
I can't breathe.
Out of context for someone getting hurt, yeah, the sound itself is pretty funny. But
it sounds like a wolf howling or something. It's like "Ow!"
Yeah. Okay. I guess if I separate the humanity from it all, like it's pretty hilarious.
That's what a wolf does when it sees the moon. Ow!
Oh man. Yeah, that, and then I guess Dramatic Look Hamster. He's the other like big classic star, you know, or Gopher maybe. You know that one, right? Everyone knows that one.
The dramatic.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's not a hamster.
It's like gerbil, gopher,
chipmunk.
I
think chipmunk. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, there he is. God.
There's also like Star Wars Kid was big during that era. That was like E-Bomb's World era.
Yeah, that was like a meme before memes got like called memes.
No, we've gone over on the stream before. That's back when I was into like you'rethemannowdog.com, which was like memes before memes. They were like GIFs, basically.
Yeah.
It was like GIFs before GIFs. It was like several panels, sometimes with sound and music and voice text, and usually from movies and stuff to make jokes.
Have you ever looked into like what like the coining the phrase, like coining the term memes, where that came from? That was really clever.
No.
It's like
Least Comic Standing posted one that's just for Humax.
Oh shit, let's see. Oh, this is gonna be little people. I can already feel it coming. Shouldn't have shared that.
Columbus, Ohio.
He's the champion right now.
A great fighter for Rough and Rowdy versus Trey the King Midget Jackson, who comes from the same.
This also, by the way, was posted. This was posted before today. This had nothing to do with today's conversation. Like this was just in our thing already.
In camp.
All right, here we go.
Oh, big punches to start this one off.
And we got another caught in the ropes.
But Trey Jackson throwing. He's throwing hands.
But he's not really connecting.
No, but he's just throwing.
All right, they're taking up here.
So long. Like, how hard is
Jeremy Smith's trying to get his head in there.
He's trying to bully him, which is a good strategy. Make it dirty. He is the stronger of the two fighters.
I feel like this feels exploitative.
I know. I feel so bad.
Like people aren't watching.
A show like that.
People aren't watching this because these guys are great athletes. Like this is like a freak show. Like if I'm like, that's probably me being mean, but like, people aren't watching this because these are the best athletes in the world. Like, I don't know. But at the same time, it's like, should these people not be able to be boxers because they're little people? But it does feel like exploitative.
I think it is.
Right. Take away his speed. Get
yes.
your head
Oh, he hit him with a good shot.
I love it.
He backed him up and put him on wobbly legs. It's like he took that first round to download the information of how the King Midget fights and took it to him. Oh! Wow. It was a push, but it was a hard push. We count that here in Rough and Rowdy.
I think it's like they can call themselves that.
Yeah.
Like that's his wrestling name.
Yeah, that word's been kind of like nixed, you know? I feel like you don't really hear people saying
Well, I feel like it's like, you know, it's like the N-word. Like, if you're black, you can say it. And if you're not, you can't. Same with like little people can use their own derogatory words as terms of endearment for themselves, but we can't say it.
I could drop the hard F-bombs. And that's kind of like shocking to people too. And then it's like, it's cool, guys, I'm gay. I can say it.
All right.
I call it, Robbie.
Jeremy Smith wants the finish. He wants a statement win.
Yes, he's down. He's
what a knockdown.
He's literally out of the ring.
The biggest little knockdown we've ever seen. It's over. It's over. And that's why Jeremy Smith is the champ. That's why he's the champ.
He said no moss. What a fight.
How did you think that fight went?
I think the fight went well. You know, after the first round, I was kind of like punched out, but kind of zoned it in.
Oh, God. That's great.
The biggest little knockdown we've ever seen. That is pretty funny. I feel like the announcers are condescending as fuck to those dudes.
Yeah, they really lean into like the thing. Yeah, I don't know. I always feel bad about it, but
can you post it in our Discord pop and stock? I can't click links here.
That is pretty great though, and I feel like a lot of the times, like, I don't know, that is part of the show, right? It's part of the show when it's like it's an entertainment like event like that. Does that mean I don't have to feel bad if I laugh about it? Because
I mean,
like,
they're getting
I don't
paid
know.
to do
I
that.
feel like that's the thing is like, it's not played for laughs. Is my issue with it? Where it's like, that makes me laugh, but I don't feel like they're playing for laughs, and that makes
Yeah, I
me
don't
feel
think
like
that's meant to be comedy.
Yeah. Like
but also, like, they have to be aware that people like are watching that because it's different. Not again, as I was saying, like those aren't world class athletes. They're not the best boxers in the world. That's not why you're going to go see that fight. So like,
you're also not supposed to feed them after midnight or let them get wet. No, I'm sorry. That's the only time I'm doing that.
All right.
KY, I blame you for that one. You pretty much, yeah. Stop.
All right, let's see. Hair anthropology. What the fuck is this? It says hairs you doing. Is this real
creepy
hair?
as hell already?
It's a new month, which means I total up all the hairs I collected last month, 498 strands in April.
What, are you counting them individually?
My kitty ring is around
Just collecting
700,
individual hairs?
and the shield ring is 5.
Oh no! This gets turned into rings.
And make art with it.
I hate this.
Just look at this squirrely gray hair that turned dark again. Isn't that weird? But most of all, I wanted to document visually how much I naturally shed in a year. I'm almost there. Stay curious, friends.
Oh, it's her hair. Okay, that's less weird. Still real weird.
Everything about that I hate.
She's keeping track of how much hair she sheds.
We need a button for the stream. It's reference to H3. Whenever Ethan says something offensive, they have a button so they can rewind it 30 seconds. So like, people can hear it.
No, that would have been bad. That was very like after I finished saying it, I was like, I'm glad we're moving on from that. That was pretty offensive.
Where's the?
I'm the kid who really teed that up. I feel like, and now rereading the comment, I feel like maybe not as much as I'm putting on him for teeing it up. It was mostly me. That could have been a genuine comment.
Oh
no! Won't stop me from blaming you.
Okay, Ethan.
All right, let's go back to our videos.
That's weird as hell.
Yeah.
So is she like picking up the hair from her shower after she showers, or how? I
don't know how she's collecting that hair or why she's collecting the hair. I hate everything about it.
Yeah, I don't want to know anything about that.
All right, this is also from Lee's Comic Standing. This is beans.
Are you throwing beans? What jubilation! Lake beans! Oh!
That's not what I was expecting.
He like chokes at the end.
Are you throwing beans?
The account is also Bean Wizard Official. Like, is this all this guy does?
What jubilation! Lake beans! Oh!
I am now curious what the fuck the rest of this is.
Yeah, what's the rest of this content?
Oh no, I can't
Let's
click on the
rabbit hole
videos.
down the Bean Wizards. Okay.
I don't know.
It doesn't all
Looks like she
seem to
feeds
be
him popcorn. I don't know.
It's
Come on, man. Get your work straight, Jack.
All right. Benches be crazy. This one's also from Lee's Comic Standing. Also, thank you, Lee's Comic Standing, for submitting so many videos. We appreciate it.
Yeah, these are great.
Okay, public benches in 2023 be like.
The way that guy's crop makes his arm look enormous.
What? Is that real? Does it just stab you in the ass when the time goes up?
What, you like pay for the bench?
I can't tell if this is real or not.
That's infuriating
seems
if that's real.
fucked.
There's no fucking way that's real. Yeah. Maybe it's like an art piece or something. Like,
I mean, they do stuff like that where they put like the hard lines, You've seen the benches, the public benches, where they have like a fucking ridge where you can sit, so homeless people can't sleep on them. So I mean, they do try to keep homeless people out of public benches.
I've noticed in like public spaces in general, it's just like it's like purposefully made like uncomfortable, so you don't fucking like spend too much time. Like I don't know, it's really irritating. You're
like
kind of right.
You're
right on track here. It's not 2030, so it will be real. This is a prototype.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see things at 2030. But yeah, it's like when they put like the notches on rails so skateboarders can't grind them. I feel like they do that like on benches so fucking homeless people can't sleep on them. It's fucked up.
Yeah, or like make like weird dividers and benches so that you can't like lay flat on them. But that also makes it like less comfortable for sitting.
I feel like it's like I don't know. It's already pretty hard to be homeless. Like, why are you forcing those people to have shittier lives? Like,
yeah, bars on ledges. There's like spikes too on like fucking like there's spots like outside of like bar windows that have like a little windowsill where they just put spikes so you don't stop to sit on it, which I guess makes sense if you don't want people like gathering in front of your business and driving away your business. But I don't know. It's a really shitty. Like it's shitty that like the public spaces that we like live in are like designed to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, it sucks even if you're trying to use the public spaces, then it's just worse for everybody. Like
yeah, exactly. It's worse like all around, but especially if you like are trying to sleep.
All right, this one says blow into smoke. This South African pastor heals people by farting in their faces. Okay, this sounds like custom tailored for our stream.
Yes. I'm glad this kind of stuff exists.
African pastor heals people by farting on their faces.
Oh my God, he does.
This is Pastor Christ Penelope of the Sevenfold Holy Spirit Ministries, doing what he does best. And believe it or not, he's so popular for his fart healing that he often has a waiting list that goes up to as long as 2 months. Some people even collect his farts in jars. And when they asked him how he came up with this technique, he explains that it was inspired by something he read in the Bible. It started with...
I feel like this is a good way to give people pink eye. I'm not sure about healing them, but you can heal them into pink eye if you fart directly in their face.
Show me the farting action. I don't want to just see pictures. This is too wild.
Master Jesus, when he stepped on Peter, it is a demonstration of God's power. Just like God made Adam go into a deep sleep, it is a similar thing. And he also noted that it's important for the fart to be near their nose so that the healing power can enter a person's body properly. And he also doesn't like when you call what he does farting, because in his words, he doesn't fart on people, he heals people. This South African pastor heals people by farting on their faces. This is Pastor
Christ Penelope. Now we're going to look him up on YouTube.
Okay.
I want to see some videos of this.
Yeah, I want to see how wet are these farts, you know? Like, we need to know. And does it work better or worse if they're wet or dry? What if they're silent, you know? Does it still work?
Pastor accused of farting in faces of congregation defends himself, or defends methods. Doesn't even say denies it, defends. That's great. Pastor accused of farting in the faces of his congregation has defended his unorthodox message. What the fuck is this? Let's see what he said. When we come to church, it's because we need prayers not to be farted on. When speaking to drum, he said, okay, this is the same thing.
Yeah, I see the pictures.
I don't know if we're going to be able to find a video of this.
I feel like video.
I feel like there's a video. We would have already seen it.
I agree. He's healing people by farting on them.
I don't
know if you have
video. Wait.
to fart in. Maybe you just have to be farted on.
Come and let me pray for you. La Piwa. La Piwa.
I don't know what the fuck that is. It's not even the same guy.
Oh. I was going to say that was building up to like farting, face farting.
I said that's what it was, but it wasn't even the same guy. Alright, I'm just moving on. I believe that guy farts on people. I also believe there's no videos of it.
Yeah, I also believe he probably thinks he's, doing the Lord's work in some way. People are wild.
Here's another video for Max.
Oh, dude, look at this guy.
This one is from Poppin' Stock.
What is this fight? That's so not fair.
They're putting squeak toys into the fucking. That one dude just looks like he's getting fucking pummeled.
Right? What is this? Are they both little people? Because one of them's way littler.
Yeah, I think they're just different sized little people.
Yeah. His proportions were also like, that's like a Rob Liefeld character, you know? He looks like Captain America from like the comic book. Like huge chest muscles and...
All right, and this is from I Am the KY.
I can't breathe. Ow, 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 ow.
Ooh. Oh, gosh. I hope.
Should we watch this full video?
No. Oh, dear.
I think she's actually hurt.
No, I think she is.
Yeah, she's hurt.
Yes, and whoever collects the most is going to win a free weekend here at the Chateau with international foods and wine tasting.
Stop. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, I guess Seth MacFarlane thought it was hilarious too.
I can't breathe. Ow.
Ooh. Oh, gosh. I hope he's all right.
That's
a pretty good recreation of it.
Yeah. That's a ridiculous thing to recreate. Just an internet video that everybody's seen, I feel like.
I mean, that's sort of Family Guy's thing, is they just put in a bunch of pop culture shit randomly into their show.
I was watching like a whole thing about like Seth MacFarlane, like, and he has beef with like Trey and like what are they called, the South Park guys, because of like the way that the South Park guys were like ripping on them, saying that like their writing style is like, you know, like not difficult, or like they phone in the joke writing. Which I feel like it kind of, I mean, you know, the like, oh, like that time this happened, and then just cut to it, isn't necessarily like crazy, you know.
I'm honestly not that big of a fan of Seth MacFarlane. Like most of the stuff he does, I don't find that great compared to like. I feel like South Park guys have a way fucking better track record. Like they consistently put out amazing content for everything they've ever done.
I always felt like South Park is like actually like has like developed into like, you know, has a progression of like, you can see how the writing gets better and more like impressive over time, whereas like Family Guy, in my opinion, it was like the writing got worse and worse, and they made more and more different shows where they eventually had like enough good content for one good show spread across like 4 shows. So I don't know, I kind of stopped watching Family Guy, but I have seen
some examples of hostile architecture, which is the word for what we're looking at for that bench. You can't sit on these steps. They also got, I guess, these rocks.
You also like can't walk on those steps very well. Like the fuck is that? You know, like fall if you try to like climb those stairs.
This is a bench. What a shitty bench.
Jesus.
This is what I was talking about, where they have the divider so you can sleep on benches. Like exclusively made.
So stupid. Also, you could just sleep on the ground next to the bench. Like,
do people sit on this normally? What the fuck? Like,
I don't know that you should be sitting on that, so that makes sense to me. That's kind of like a
really an issue though. Like that can't be. There's no way they're sitting on that that's more comfortable than sitting on the ground next to it. Like,
yeah, that's true.
What the fuck is this? Oh, so you can't sit under the fucking stairwell?
Oh,
what the fucking lame is that?
Damn, dude, that's like a Harry Potter cage.
They just filled in this corner so you can't sit in the corner. What the fuck is wrong with people? Like,
that's weird. That I don't even understand. I feel like you just made a pillow.
Okay, this is like a better example. Fill it like you can't sit where the flower pot is, but
yeah, that's good. That's not
like,
so
just filling
hostile.
it with like
That's
bricks is like what the fuck is that, dude?
That looks like that's like what you'd find in a skate park or something, so you can like still wall ride.
I wonder if we can find a YouTube video on this hostile art. I also really want to watch this freaking Wolfpack video that dropped.
Dropped
30 minutes. That's more than I want to watch. Shorts.
Damn, that's a steep ramp. Good luck.
Oh my god.
Go. Oh, damn, he almost had it.
What a ridiculously steep ramp for a wheelchair person.
Let's see. Is he gonna make it? Go!
Oh,
he better. Oh, damn! That looked like a worse attempt, but he made it.
Oh, and then he's just cruising back down.
Damn, dude.
What? You see this?
Oh my. Okay, well that's cool as fuck. Dude, that's like you'd find that at like the X-Men mansion or something.
That's sick as fuck, dude.
Yeah, damn, dude. He's gonna come out of there in like full Superman costume.
He comes out and he's fucking Magneto.
Yeah, right?
Or I guess he'd be like Professor X since he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah, he's coming out of there. He's got like the Cerebro helmet on and shit.
All right, we got a couple more submissions left from Mark, our very own Mark.
I kind of agree with what you're saying about the bricks. The bricks didn't look like that hostile. I feel like you could still get comfortable on like that little slant.
They just look shitty.
A weird thing to do. Yeah, it was like a weird fucking thing to do.
Looks like it brought down your property value, like exclusively. All right. The sentence says yes, 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 no. This subreddit is pretty simple. All things that are almost great before they go bad. So something here is going to go wrong.
Oh yeah, I subscribe to this one. This is a good one.
Okay, so we got a guy. It looks like he's trying to chop through like wood boards. Like this is some sort of like a.
No, that's what that is.
Are we allowed to show this? It says visible injury / gore not safe for work.
I don't know.
Oh,
get ready to go away real quick. Yeah.
I guess trigger warning. This guy might like split his hand open. So if you don't like that, look away.
What is that? Is that just wood or is that like concrete? Or...
Oh my god! Did you just break the shit out of his elbow?
Dude, what? God.
I think he just broke the shit out of his arm.
Yeah, dude. His arm was
that wasn't
like
as bad
flop.
as I thought it was going to be. Flops arms victoriously.
Yeah, for real. He did he still did like the pose at the end, but with like a floppy arm.
Dude,
like
that
didn't even notice. I don't know. Oof. That like.
Ugh. That looks so painful.
I mean, he did it.
I guess thank you, Mark, for that submission. That kind of hurt my soul a little bit, but
yeah, part of me died a little bit, Mark. But
that wasn't my least favorite submission Mark's done though, so it was okay. I'll give that one like a 6 out of 10. Okay, this one says unexpected normal father and son conversation. This subreddit is for unexpected twists in videos and GIFs. Also, it's not loading. Let's refresh.
Oh yeah, Kung Pao. That is kind of like there's that like noodle arm scene. He's totally Kung Paoing it up. Good catch.
What would you like to talk about?
I don't know, the usual father-son stuff.
What are your views on hentai manga? Do you see it as art or pornography?
Is this from a TV show? Like, what the fuck? That's hilarious, though.
Yeah, that's some serious father-son bonding right there, dude.
I don't think my dad is aware what hentai or manga is. Like, do you think your dad would know what that is? That's like fucking weird.
I don't think so. I feel like I'd have to explain a little more. I couldn't just say those words. He wouldn't know it just from hentai or manga.
It's not the son asking the dad, though. The dad is asking the son in this conversation. He's like, hey, son, what do you think about hentai and manga? Just like fucking normal father-son conversation is that?
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I guess, do you have an opinion on that? Do you think that's pornography or art? I guess I would consider it pornography. I guess like
manga,
if it's cartoons fucking each other.
Yeah, I consider manga is like a medium, like comics are a medium, but hentai is specifically like that medium being used for pornographic images. As far as I know, I don't.
Here's a bold take.
I think hentai is porn. Manga is like art on the same like plane as like graphic novels or comics.
I've got an even bolder take than you. Like pornography and art are not mutually exclusive. Pornography could be art. So like,
yeah,
you know.
I agree. Like, there's definitely overlap where like some mangas will have like pornographic scenes, but it's part of a manga. But there's absolutely standalone pornography that's like in that animation style.
Yeah, so I don't think it's like a
hentai.
I think it's a case by case basis. I don't think you can say the entire genre is one thing or the other. Like, there's definitely like smuttier stuff, and there's definitely more artistic stuff. I'm also not really like into that stuff. So
I think it's really fucking popular too, at least based on like what I see in like chat rooms and what comes up on like the internet. It's like, dude, there's a lot.
I think
of that
hentai's super popular.
Yeah.
All the weird like tentacle porn where tentacles are like sexually
Like,
assaulting people.
Someone I was talking to recently, just like socially, like at an event, and they're it's like, oh, what do you do? And they're like, I work in adult animation. And I thought like they were talking about like, you know, animated stuff that was like pornographic because of how big of a lane that is. And this is like, oh, adult animation as in like Adult Swim, like cartoons that aren't for kids.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me.
Obviously, that's what that fucking means. But I feel like whenever you add adult on something, it just adds like a sexual connotation.
Does Samuel L. Jackson like anime? Yes, I do. Hentai too.
Hell yeah, Sam Jackson.
Yes,
holding
I
it
do.
down. I'll also add you, Princess Phoenix. I can add you to our Off the Rails channel, so you can just post directly in there. Let me give you the permissions, because pretty much everybody else that posts is already in this channel.
I don't know how I feel about what you're saying here. There's no age for hentai. 16. I don't know what that means. Hentai is also like, I feel like a lot of that kind of stuff is also just not humans. It's like cartoon like animals. Or is that like a subcategory possibly? I don't know. That's like maybe a furry thing. But furries I feel like are like people like in actual mascot outfits, whereas there's also like an animated lane of that. I don't know. There's basically anything you can think of, I would say. Oh, okay, I got it. They were doing a soundbite. Okay, that's a lot.
I actually
less
don't. The fuck? Alright, this one's from Least Comic Standing. It says it's a very precise system. I like how Least Comic Standing gives us little like America's Home Funny Videos like blurbs where it's like, I don't know what this means until I watch it, and then it's like, oh, that's funny.
Oh, nice.
But this one, the blurb was, it's a very precise system.
I finished my ship blanket. It's like a temperature blanket.
Did she say shit blanket?
I heard
right?
something. Ship. I don't know. I was trying to like think what she said. I did not hear it.
I think it's blurred out.
My ship blanket.
She said shit blanket.
It's like a temperature blanket, except disgusting, because I made this over the course of 2022, one row a day, in which the color of the yarn is determined by the number of shits I took the previous day, and the texture of my shit determines the stitch. I decided not to turn my ends into tassels because that would have been stupid. So instead I crocheted them all under this brown border. The blanket is over 100,000 stitches and took over 6,000 hours to make.
Sweet.
So, you know, Darcy Blue. Time to buy myself a bidet.
That's an interesting project.
Get on the bidet wagon. That's impressive as hell. That blanket was enormous.
Crocheting is also not easy. Like, that looks like a pretty good crochet job. I'd expect like a fucking 90-year-old woman to be doing that.
I wonder.
All right, this is our last video of the day, everybody.
The rest of her time. I wonder what she does with the rest of her time if she's spending 6,000 hours crocheting a blanket.
She said that she did that like during the lockdown during COVID.
Oh, okay. That's pretty much.
I don't think that's like what she's doing in her free time outside of, you know, being locked down.
Yeah.
All right. This one says, got him. Some baseball. Oh no, Akil Badu.
Zadino's throw.
Oh, did you just hit him right in the balls?
Got him.
Right in the balls.
Oh,
my goodness, that's unbelievable.
The ball hit.
Dude, those people
breaks
also
for second.
higher.
Zadino's throw. Into the runner, and they got him.
Oh, was he safe?
No, he's out.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
The ball hit.
Right?
I actually think he might have been safe.
Zadino's throw.
The way I understood baseball was if the ball touches
Into the
you,
runner.
No, he's good. He's good. If he touches the base before it touches the runner, he's safe.
They got him.
And you can't see because the camera zoomed in. I thought his foot might have already been touching the base at this point, but it was not when I replayed it.
Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable.
Turns out the professional umpires called the play correctly.
So he's out?
Yeah.
On
If
top
the ball
of
would have
having
popped out of the
hit
glove,
him-
he would have been safe, but the guy caught it and touched him with it before he touched the base.
Oh, damn. Yeah, he catches
nuts.
it. Fuck, dude, right in the nuts. That guy.
Badu breaks for second. Zadino's throw. Into the runner, and they got him.
Got him.
He's bringing it.
Oh my
You were
God, that's unbelievable.
Or is that not like
You know,
standard?
I feel like he almost didn't touch him with the ball because he doesn't catch the ball until after it stopped touching the guy.
Badu breaks for second.
Yeah.
Zadino's throw. Into the runner, and they got him.
I feel like you could almost argue he's safe here.
Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable.
It's super close though.
Yeah, I don't know. You also have to you have to determine what happened in real time if you're the umpire. You know, it's not like you got the replay. I guess
that's why they have like you can challenge the
right?
plays and stuff, and they do like secondary reviews and stuff. At least I know that works in football. Like in football, you can challenge a play. So if the referee's wrong, they have to go review it in slow motion. And if you're right, they overturn the play. And if you're wrong, they take one of your timeouts. They're just like, fuck you for wasting your time. You no longer have a timeout. So like, I know in football that's the thing. I think in baseball you could probably also challenge it, but I haven't watched sports in a long ass time.
That was nuts, though. I feel like the odds of getting hit like that. I hope he's wearing a cup.
I'm not a doctor. I'm a fucking moron.
I agree with that, Joe Rogan.
And then they eat the poo-poo.
I feel like we should watch one of our classics. Before we log off, we'll watch a classic.
Classic.
The fuck? We just got an email that says, "Hell, if you're receiving this, you're on my premium family plan. The price has gone up from $14.99 to $22.99. That fucking sucks. It's going up by like almost $10 a month."
14
anyway.
to 22. Damn, yeah. Almost double. Big jump.
This is one of our classics.
But the deal is this: is that the woman didn't realize who's an associate. Her name was Jess or something, Jessica.
I love this guy.
That when questioning me about Starbucks and its lattes, that it's a concoction.
And the lattes. I don't think I've ever heard you say latte that way.
Of milk. The John Stewart woman associate. I said, yes, it is a concoction of milk with some flavoring in it. Yes. And I said to her that milk is something that's produced by the mammary glands, and it is a body fluid. However, albeit produced by the mammary glands, and people tend to like its taste. It tends to nourish people. It tends to give life. It's probably, it's a strange thing that milk comes from the mammary glands and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I said that semen, because I had this thing going back a year ago with me talking about semen and Starbucks lattes, and they do put it in there.
I love how matter of fact, and they do put it in there. Like, not even like it's like it would be ridiculous if you thought otherwise. Is the way he approaches this, which is like the best part of this whole thing. Is his like attitude towards it is just fucking wild.
Many people slammed me and said I should get off of it. One guy wrote me and told me he wasn't going to send me any more offerings until I stopped talking about semen in Starbucks coffee. I told him to keep his offerings. But at any rate, the semen is another kind of milk. It's something that's
I feel like he looks so happy after he just dropped that knowledge bomb, like the smirk on his face.
Is another kind of milk.
That right there, that look, he's just like, I just fucking dropped knowledge on these fools.
It's something that's produced by the testicle glands of a man. People tend to like milk that's produced by the mammary glands of a woman. Starbucks has figured out that people tend to like semen that's produced by the testicle glands of a man. So what's the big deal if they mix milk and semen together?
He's not even against it. He's not even against it.
I like that part too. What's the big deal if they mix semen and milk together?
He like does this whole expose and then he's just like, and yeah, it's great, you know, like we all like it. It's like,
everything about this is just so confusing, like his attitude towards it. And then he kind of has like a hard turn here where he's like, and you should definitely not be ordering this, where it's like, didn't you just say it's not a big deal like 10 seconds ago?
Well, some people are nice taste. Now, I don't go to Starbucks. I don't drink coffee, first of all. But when I said that, I know they're not going to air that. I know they're not going to edit it. I know they're going to put that on the air. They're not going to do that.
Guess who will put it on there? Us. Every time you say it, man, you're always welcome to come say that shit on our show. It's super entertaining.
For a cameo. Just be like, you want to come on the stream and explain about milk?
This was like 7 years ago. Who knows if this guy's even like still doing stuff?
Maybe he has an updated take on it now, huh?
He might.
To invite him on to see what he thinks.
But don't argue with me. Don't you argue with me.
Don't argue with me.
Milk, mammary glands, semen, testicle glands, both are naturally produced by the body, and a lot of people tend to like them. So Starbucks has figured it out. So they blend a little semen synthetic with their synthetic blends of milk. And people...
Dropping knowledge. That's all I can say about this guy.
Semen is another kind of milk.
Peace and love. Peace and love. I'm warning you with peace and love.
All right. I think it's time to fucking land this plane. Let's raid into someone. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be playing Big Time tomorrow. So if anybody wants to join us in Big Time tomorrow, you will have to replay through the tutorial today. But if you want access, hit me up. I can get you a pass. Hey, there's actually not really many people streaming right now. We'll raid into Custom TV, who I believe is so sneakery, but he changed channeling. And he's actually playing Big Time right now, so you can check out the new patch. And if anyone wants to hang out in Discord, I will be playing NFL Rivals, and I need to play some Overwatch. I need to grind out that hero, so I want to be gaming tonight. So if anyone wants to hang out and game or whatever. Also, tomorrow is the Legends round of the Paris Major, if you're into Counter-Strike competitive. So I'll be watching that tomorrow, not tonight, but tomorrow night. And otherwise, we'll see you all tomorrow for Big Time. But peace out, and have a good remainder of your week.
Yeah, there we go. I made some Infinity stuff. Oh, and it's gone.
And